How to change the default of a template. First, I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to try to move it to someplace else. Let's see. It doesn't move well. Okay. All right. No problem. So notice, for example, on this letter, which is our first letter, notice, I'm gonna put it here, that they have the letter A, which means first round, for different types of dispute. Okay, and essentially, this one, for example, does not have it. This inquiry type doesn't have it. Why? Because there is a specific letter for inquiries. You shouldn't dispute it with the same letter or even mixed. You can do it if you want, of course, but you shouldn't do it. In principle, there is a specific letter for that. Should be segregated. Inquiries older than a year shouldn't be disputed. Inquiries linked to a positive account shouldn't be disputed. Our program automatically create a money machine, automatically does that. In other words, changes the status to ignore when the inquiry is older than a year or linked to a positive account. Well, now, let's say, I'm going to go back to the categories here. So let's say that you want to have this letter, for example, and I'm not suggesting yet that you do it, but I'm saying that you may want to do it, that you want to use it for the first round or many rounds, as a matter of fact. So we have here, for example, I'm going to go on a tangent for a second. So this one, which is the Metro 2, you see that we have rounds 3 and 4 using this letter, and rounds 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I think up to 15 for a collection, up to 15 for a charge-off, up to 15 for a foreclosure, and for a judgment, only this one. And that is depends on what are the different parameters that can be disputed, or that they should be accurate under the Metro 2 system. Okay, so if you don't know what I'm saying, don't mess with it. Okay, that's my honest advice. Don't do it, because it's gonna be a mess. On the other hand, if you know what I'm saying and you wanna make it your own, you may have a specific template that you have created, or you want to use one of these ones for a certain things. So I'm going to do a simple example so you understand. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use this letter, but this letter doesn't have any, as you can see, any symbols here. Okay, so we have a default round selector. This is very important, very dangerous in the wrong hands. Okay, this one doesn't have, this template doesn't have any use. So in other words, this template have to be selected manually from the dispute center. Okay, fine. But if let's say that I wanted this template for the round 1 and maybe 3, maybe even 2. Again, the 2 usually is to verify the verification of procedure, but you may want to do it. I prefer to do it only the 1 for this testing, and I'm gonna do the 1. But again, I could do it for round 1, round 2, round 3. This is the round This is not the round 4. This is the round, the creditor round that we have it right here. Okay, so this one should be. I mean, you can use it as a round, but not has an error here. To be honest, this CR is an error that has to be corrected and have here the D round. But in any event, we have it here as D. Okay, so ignore this one in any case. So use the next one. We have the CRs here, the ones that goes to creditor, or they may go to creditor. So again, I'm gonna use this one as well, just to show you these three. The beauty of this is if I click save, okay, these for charge off and collections are gonna be passed here, and when I mean passed, that will be the default, and then it's gonna be eliminated. It's gonna be deleted from this one. You see, charge off now, it doesn't have it. The collection, it doesn't have it. The bankruptcy should be somewhere after this. It doesn't have it. Or I mean, it will be deleted. So now I want to put it back, preferably as soon as possible, in case that someone is using this to test or something. So anyway, I'm gonna do exactly the opposite. I'm gonna select the one here. I'm gonna select the one here. I'm gonna select the one here, and that's it. Save, and now everything is back to normal. The important thing here to notice is that you see these three have been deleted. So in other words, the default that we had here for round A for collection, charge off, or bankruptcies now came back, because originally they were here. So it came back to this one, which is the way that we have it configured. But you may want to do it differently. Okay? As a matter of fact, in this particular case, I am going to delete even the symbol, because I don't want this to be confusing to anyone. So I'm going to delete the symbols completely. But even if you leave the symbols or not, it doesn't matter, because as long as the symbols are between double brackets, as you can see, double square brackets, they will be invisible. Okay? And as long as they don't have a letter, that means that they are not assigned to be the default of any rounds. A round will be round 1A, round 2B, and so on and so forth. As you can tell by this one, round 1A, round 2B. So the letters are because obviously here, for example, on 17 rounds, you see that this the letter P is it's only one character, but obviously for more than 9, we would need 2 characters, and that will complicate extremely. If you have a 16 and 17 together, you wouldn't know if this is 61 or something like that. Okay, so it's going to be confusing. So we used letters as opposed to numbers, but they're equivalent. One is A, 2B, etc. So that's it. That's all that you need to know about the defaulting the templates as you like, just by using the default round selection. By the way, for people that are very computer literate, you may, if you wanted, to do it manually. So in other words, you could come here to this generic and delete the A, and then grab the whole symbol with an A and paste it on any other template. But the question would be why? Because we have implemented a system, unique system, that would allow you to do that automatically. In other words, that you add the ones that you want, and it's going to be deleted from the ones that it is particularly useful also for the creditor's letter that, as you can see right now, they are here in the validation letter here, this one, okay? And so you see all these CRs, so letters that can be, this letter can be used to dispute, to advise, to validate the debts with collection agencies, most importantly, but also with any creditor for a late payment or student loan settle account or charge off, or maybe another one, right, that you could add here. And also it's good to know that here we have groups, Alt 1 and Alt 2, etc. And so we have this system. This is really an advanced system that we have in the dispute center to have alternate sets of templates that can be used for very advanced users, credit repair professionals that know a lot about, and they can use alternate sets of templates, and we can do it pretty simple just with one click in the dispute center to select an alternate set of templates. So it's potentially possible that this 15 constructive notice, like this one, could be slightly different or whatever, and use it for different sets. The important thing is that if I make changes on this set, for example, that doesn't have any Alt 1, 2, or 3, if we do it on this set, well, it's not going to affect any other set, and vice versa. If I do a change here, it's going to affect only the set alternate 1 or alternate 2 or alternate 3. The ones without an alternate, they are the defaults, so to speak, set, the default set. Okay, so that's pretty much that, and thank you.